What's going on YouTube? I got another video for you here today. I just wanted to really quickly go over some settings that you could adjust in and out of game to fix essentially lag and crashing problems. You know, sometimes when your screen gets really congested and there's a lot of stuff going on, you'll crash or you'll get crazy lag and stutter and all that. And all of these solutions, I do want to say fubgun made a video on this a few days ago. That's really good. Dude's a legend. But I do have some additions to that. I've been having a lot of questions in my chat, so I've been directing people to that for the video for the most part. But I figured I should make one because I actually also have a couple settings that I've adjusted. A couple people in chat kind of had me do a few things, and with the combination of all of these things, I basically have no lag and no crashes anymore. So it's absolutely insane. So make sure you get in here and do these if you're having these problems. So to begin, what you're going to do in your options screen, I did drop my resolution down a little bit. I think now with these settings, I can go back up, but I haven't tested it yet. So for now, we are at 1440 by 900. We're on a 3070 Ti. So it is pretty good, right? So the first thing you want to do is you want to enable dynamic culling, right? And what this does is this culls objects outside of your vision, right? So everything off screen, it doesn't load as many objects out there. And that's what this does, right? And basically, if you're still having issues, you can kind of start creeping this up. Fubgun runs his on 60. Mine seems fine at 40. So that's where I've left it. If you're still having problems and you're at 40, I believe the default is 30. So I would turn it up a little bit. But if you're still having some lag issues, you can go all the way up to 60 with that, and it'll help solve your problems, right? So that's the first thing you want to do. And I'm sure some of these other things you guys have already done, these low settings, number of lights on low, sun shadow, all this kind of stuff. This is all pretty standard stuff you would do in a lot of games just to maintain your frames. The next thing you want to do is you want to set networking mode to predictive, not lockstep. And you actually have to do this from the login screen. You can't do it right here. So if you're on lockstep, change back over to predictive. I know that they were saying that if you have really, really good internet or whatever, you're fine on lockstep. But even I have good internet. It's not fiber or anything, but I've got gig down and all that kind of stuff, and pretty good up. So I do have good internet, and it feels much better on predictive than it does on lockstep. And then the last thing on this screen would be hide filtered ground items. You want to make sure that this is checked, right? So this just saves a lot of data for unnecessary data from being loaded, right? You're not seeing it anyways. Why should it load, right? So that's the first thing. The next thing you're going to want to do is not within path. It is in you're going to go to your finder. You're probably on a PC, I would assume, unless you're running boot camp or something. It'll be a little bit different on Mac. You'll have to figure out where that location is. I don't know, but on PC, just the same place that you would save your filters, you're going to go to that same area, right? So that's Documents, My Games, Path of Exile. And then you got all the filters here, and you're going to go all the way down to this production_config, right? You're going to double click that, and it'll just bring up a notepad, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to come in here, and you're going to set ambient sound volume to false, not 0, but false. Dialogue sound volume to false. Music volume, false. Reverb enabled, false. Mute in background, false, right? And then all these, the ones that actually have number values, those can be whatever you want them to be. Those are the things that I like to keep, right? Like obviously I want to hear the things, things dropping and stuff like that. But this will be massive, right? And once you've changed those from a numeric value to false, you'll just come in, go File, Save, and that's it. That's all you have to do for that, all right? And now lastly, let's see if we got a big sale. 2 doctors for 19 divines. We'll sell those. So now, while we're doing that, wow, you see that? How cheap doctors are nowadays? It's absolutely nuts. So, oh, he did want them. Okay. So let's sell these real quick. And while we're doing this, the last thing that we're going to do is specifically for NVIDIA users. So this is something that came from my chat. We tried a bunch of stuff. We were testing things out. and this will be specifically for NVIDIA users. If you're an AMD user, we did the research, and there is nothing available that I'm currently aware of to be able to fix this. But if you're on NVIDIA, what you can do is you bring up your NVIDIA control panel. Okay, so you can just search for that here, NVIDIA control panel. Here it is. This is what you want, right? You're going to go to Manage 3D Settings, okay? And then you're going to scroll all the way down here to where it says Shader Cache Size, and you're going to change that to Unlimited. I think by default it's fairly low. I want to say it's like maybe 512 megs, something like that. But you're going to set that to Unlimited, and then that helped a lot as well. So that's basically all of the settings. All of those things in conjunction with one another have essentially alleviated lag, crashes, all that kind of stuff. It's honestly felt the best path has ever felt for me. I've had lagging issues and things the entire 8 years, whatever, that I've been playing this game. And this is the first time. I mean, we're running fully juiced map. Oh, you know what? I do have one more thing, but we're running fully juiced maps with Delirium and Abyss and Legion, and all the things, and it feels fantastic. Okay, now the last thing that is a problem, and this is something that I was talking about probably 2 weeks ago or so, and then fubgun brings it up in his most recent video and all but confirms it, is that the microtransactions themselves, specifically the Ebony one, the one that you would think would be the least taxing on your system, is actually causing a memory leak. So we are testing out right now, but when I was using the default look for Tornado Shot, it was no issues whatsoever. No crashes, none of that. So if you are having issues, that's another thing. Just go back to. I know that it doesn't look that great, but it will help alleviate crashes. We are trying the Crystal Tornado Shot effect. We haven't had any issues with it yet, but I haven't tested it enough to fully be able to confirm. But definitely do not use the Ebony Tornado Shot. This will cause a memory link, and then you will eventually crash after 4, 5, 6 maps, whatever, right? So that's the last thing, is if you change all those settings and you're still having number one, switch off Ebony right away. Ebony is a problem right now. Just get rid of it. I know that it's the best one. It looks the best, all that. But it is a problem at the moment, so get off of that. And then, Crystal Tornado Shot. This one seems to be okay so far. I'm going to keep testing it and see if we can use it. I like the look of this one. I don't like it as much as Ebony, but it does look cool. And then lastly, if there's still a problem, we'll just go back to the default one. So that's the last setting. Ebony causes memory leak. Change your sound settings. Change your NVIDIA control panel. Lockstep to predictive. Dynamic culling, right? So you get all those things fixed. It should solve your lagging and your crashing problems, and that's it. So I hope if you like this video, if it was helpful, please like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. You guys have been insane lately. Tune into the stream. I've been streaming most weekdays. I'll be on tomorrow midday-ish California time, so depending on where you are. But I really appreciate you guys. I hope this video is helpful, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.